I've never really talked about what my channel is and what I kind of do, because they're different videos and they're all usually around drums or me doing some kind of unusual tiling thing, because I think tiling is a creative just like music. So I kind of share anything creative that I kind of get into. But I started doing these little weird videos based around making myself have limitations to make myself better at recording. Because when I started the whole studio drum sessions thing, I would record in a room that only had 6.5 foot ceilings and everything was really closed in, and I had it all insulated and isolated so much that I could get perfect sounds. And then I changed my groove and I started listening to Daryl Hall's show, and I started listening to how they were getting such to me, a wonderful organic sound live. So I changed my whole groove. I ripped out my drum closet thing that I was working in, and I changed the whole thing, and I made a live kind of setup. That's how it led to this. Then I decided to maybe make a video filming myself playing and send it to a buddy of mine to see if he would dig it, because I know he likes kind of showing things to his students, and this would be kind of fun to do, and it would also teach me how to really record different drums and then give me limitations around that, because when I started I had 18 mics around drum kits to make all these sounds, and I had all these drums and all these different things that I could tune in different ways and make the real sound with the actual drum from that period to make everything sound correct, so I could do period sounding recordings. That was very cool. But this has been way more fun what I've been into, because I'm learning how to video edit, and that's a lot of fun to think about the music and that, but still base everything around drums. These aren't songs that are going to do anything. These are kind of like little breaks that I've put together to give a reason to play drums on recordings and film what I do. Everybody plays different. I just kind of go for it. Now, how I do this is different. What I do is I have 4 mics now. That's it. I deal with 2 overhead mics. I deal with a kick drum mic and a snare drum mic. And that's all my mics for my cymbals, the toms, or everything. I am miking everything closer to the toms, and the cymbals just get bleed through, and I make that work because I'm mixing everything in mono for this YouTube stuff, because I don't want it to sound great. If somebody rips me off, at least it's going to sound in mono. Nobody's going to get a good stereo feel when I'm mixing this stuff. So, but I'm giving this stuff away anyway. Music's free. That's just something I believe that I just like sharing. I don't make any money from doing this weird stuff. I just kind of do it. I go out and I play gigs to make money. I only give myself the 4 mics. I only give myself on each instrument that I choose, whatever I'm playing, usually on bass is what I start with, that I get to do 1 to 3 takes on. Usually the bass stuff is first take, and whatever I'm playing on the bass is whatever I did the first time playing along with a click. And hopefully maybe a hand clap if I'm feeling adventurous enough to go ahead and program that, because it makes me play better. And I take that first take usually, and then I have to edit this out because I'm not a great bass player, so I edit these things and I make myself put together parts that seem neat and good. So, it's not like I'm playing beginning to end on these things. I'm kind of having to edit what might be good because I'm making it up on the spot. I'm not reading music. I haven't written these things down. I'm trying to do this like a jam session, like when musicians kind of get together and there's no structure and you're making parts up on the fly, and it's so fun to do as a musician. But you can't always get your buddies together to come do this, especially the older you get, it becomes less and less. I decided to kind of learn to play all these instruments over these years, and now I play like 14 instruments. Not great, but I can play good enough in certain keys to make things work to about a middle schooler level, but I use my knowledge of music to let me choose better notes. It makes it kind of fun, but once again, it is 1 to 3 takes. I'm not doing any more than that because I start knowing the song or the idea too much, and I start overplaying, or I start getting too machine-like, and I don't want that. I want it to feel spontaneous, so I'm letting it go like that. Just the spontaneous feel. The guitar playing the same way. I'm gonna hit wrong notes, and I'm hopefully gonna try to chop those little things out when I'm editing these things, but I'm just playing these parts, putting this together. Same thing with the piano. Well, they're not a great piano player, but I can put things together and make it work right with what I know about how to play piano, what I studied in school. Very neat to be able to play these instruments like this. But getting that bass right here, this is a Mustang, it's the funkiest, craziest bass, and it's inspired me this week to do so much stuff. And getting a new kit from DW has inspired me because I'm trying to make it sound different and unique and different sounding. Even though I limit myself here, I only have that Ibanez guitar. I don't have any effects at all for guitar. Zero for the bass. My piano is just a piano sound, and that is it. That's all I get. I don't get anything else. But what I am getting is I get my iPad with all my Launchpad stuff that I programmed, and I can create my drum loops based around that and add it to the drum kit. And I'm trying to get to where I can really focus on, hey, how do the drums really fit together with loops? What snare drums fit together and sound better? How do I make these sounds? And that's what I kind of did with this channel, was have limitations and come up with things that are hard. And can I make things sound right? The same thing I did at my house in Nashville right now. I've been working on all these things where I'm separating my drums completely, where I'm only playing a kick and a snare in my kitchen and trying to make it sound as good as possible. And I'm not using any reverbs on any of this stuff pretty much, especially on drums. Only thing I'm adding that sounds like reverb are these hand claps from a old Simmons clap trap. Well, it's just an amazing hand clap, and it goes with so many different snare drum sounds, and you can tune it to the exact pitch you need to make these things in the length, and it makes it sound like I have reverb. And the toms are dry, and I'm trying to mix them only with a light mid scoop so I can get the 12-inch one to sound deeper, because I'm having to use it as a floor tom right now, where I like a 13-4. I'm going to have to get a different floor tom with this kit, just because I know that's the sound that this kit needs. It's 10, 13, 16, 22. But the snare drums all change around. So that's why I do this. It's fun to give myself these weird limitations and make myself record things so unusually and keep performances that were inspired, not perfect. Because I play perfect all the time in Nashville, and I have to record and I have to do things exactly right, because it is going to line up on a grid and it is going to be exactly correct. And I have to do it, and the better I am, the less they have to mess with me, the more I get called back. So that's how sessions work. It's very cool. But when I'm doing this, it's fun to run with the moment, and I don't know what I'm about to play next. And I change it every time I record a take. I try to do something completely different and see what I really like. Maybe I'll add it to the next one because I really know I'm going somewhere good. But it works kind of like getting together with musicians, and I try to do this as fast as possible so I can keep the inspiration, and I don't spend a week putting a song together trying to get the right sounds, because when it comes down to it, I just don't know if it matters for what I'm doing. I'm just kind of getting fun ideas out and trying to make drum sounds. I just happen to play a ton of instruments, okay? So that's why I'm doing this. Enjoy. I am.